So don't be afraid to repeat your messaging. Make sure that people know exactly what it is you do, the transformation that you've gotten for yourself, and the transformation that you can get for your clients. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for entrepreneurs, where I give you the keys you need to succeed. Nowadays, your reputation as an entrepreneur is everything. With the barrier to entry for entrepreneurship being so low, you have to figure out a way to make yourself stand out as an entrepreneur, and I'm going to show you how. Building your brand is so important. There's so many factors that go into people recognizing a brand and a business that you don't even think about. Think about this. When you're riding down the street and you see those arches, those yellow arches, you don't have to see the word McDonald's. You already know just from the imagery that that is a McDonald's. So how can people do that with your business? I have 5 steps and things that are going to make you stand out as a business owner and take your business to the next level so that you can succeed in entrepreneurship. The first step is to define your brand's identity. What are your missions, your values? What's going to make you different from other businesses in your industry? What does your business stand for? What makes it unique? This is the first step in figuring out what's going to make your business stand apart from other businesses and build a solid foundation for your brand. There are so many other dance studios in the Atlanta area, and I had to figure out what is going to make my studio stand out and make us unique from every other studio. I knew that I wanted my studio to be an all-inclusive, safe space for dancers to grow and to feel like they're part of a community. My favorite compliment to receive about my studio is, it feels like we're a family. We walked in and we were welcomed. We just knew it was the place for us to dance, because I wanted to be sure that that's the message that I was putting out there about the studio. And I implemented this in my hiring and my lesson planning and everything about the studio, even down to figuring out what building I wanted to be in. I knew I wanted it to be a welcoming space. There's so many dance studios that you walk in and you feel a competitive atmosphere. You feel like everyone's catty and you don't want to be there. You feel uncomfortable and you don't even want to make a mistake, which is part of the learning process. So it hinders you as a dancer and it hinders your development. I wanted people to know that it was a safe place to make mistakes and to come as a dancer and to actually grow and evolve instead of just trying to show off. So many other studios don't even have a lobby, but I knew I wanted to have a lobby and a place for my parents to come and feel comfortable and build those relationships with other parents. Some studios you walk in, you don't even get greeted by anyone. You sign in on an iPad and you go to your class. I did not want that. I wanted someone to be there to welcome you, to ensure that you had a great experience at my studio. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong if you want a different type of atmosphere for your business, but the point is you have to know what it is that you want so that you can use that as you're building things into your business and stay on brand. Step 2 is to know your target audience. With that being said, you already know the type of brand you want to build. What type of people are you talking to in your marketing and your advertising? You have to know your customers' needs, wants, preferences, and pain points so that you're conveying your message in a way that's going to resonate with them and make them want to do business with you. You know my favorite saying, if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So get very specific about your ideal client. Make your client avatar, and every single time you're doing messaging, speak to that person specifically. That's how you're going to get those people who say, I feel like you were talking to me when you were speaking. I feel like you were talking directly to me, because you created a client avatar and they just so happen to match that client avatar. So for me, I knew I was speaking to working mothers who had young children or teenagers who felt like their children needed to be a part of something bigger and felt like they wanted to invest in their child's future. If you have this client avatar already set up, your messaging is always going to be the same, which is going to contribute to your branding. It's not going to seem like you're all over the place when you're talking, or that you're advertising to this person and then this type of person and this type of person, because you have an ideal client avatar. You can make this person up down to their name, where they shop, what they do in their free time. Know so much about this person so that you can specifically be talking to them anytime you're doing your messaging. This will contribute to your branding so much. Step 3 is to create a visual logo and memorable identity. Like I said with the McDonald's advertising, you already know when you see those colors and those arches what the business is. You don't even have to question what type of business it is or who it is, and that's how your messaging should be with your business. It's so important for you to be consistent with your fonts, with your colors, with your messaging so that people start to know exactly who you are. There's other businesses that post on my timeline and I don't even have to question who it is. Without looking at the name, I can automatically tell you, oh, this is this person or this is this person's business, because their messaging is consistent, their fonts are consistent, and their colors are consistent. Make sure that you create a specific color code. You're not just clicking pink or blue or purple. You know your color codes for all of your messaging and your advertising. That way, if you ever have to get something made, you can give that person your color codes and your fonts, and everything can be consistent. A couple of examples of this. So when we had our leotards made for our girls this year, they are so blue. They're so, like, it pops so much, but I told everybody I did this on purpose. And I consulted a lot of people with this because I wanted people to know when they saw that leotard on their timeline, it's Divine Dance Studio. I did not want something that was discreet, that was gonna blend in. I wanted something that was gonna pop out. Down to the font on their leotards is the same exact font that we use in our logo that says Divine, because I wanted things to be consistent. Another example of this is when we moved buildings, we didn't have our signs up right away, but we had painted one of our inside walls our signature blue color. And I've had so many people come up to me when they were trying to find the building and say, oh, I saw that blue wall and I knew where I was. People know, and they're gonna start associating your colors and your fonts with your business. So make sure you're very specific when you build your branding so that it's identifiable to your future clients. Step 4 is consistent branding with a strong online presence. Nowadays, everyone is always on their phone, and you want to make sure that your information is popping up in their day-to-day life. You want to make sure you're consistently posting on social media so that people are getting to know your brand and getting to know your business little by little. In my opinion, you should have a long form content and a couple of short form content. For example, you can have a YouTube where you create longer videos or posts, or you're able to go into depth about what you do. You're able to post longer videos about your brand. And then you can have something like Instagram or TikTok where you can put little glimpses into your business, into your daily life, so that people start to know who you are. Don't be afraid to show up on social media and over communicate your message, because keep in mind, people have so many things on their timeline. They are not seeing every single thing that you post. So you have to make sure that you're constantly showing up. You can give people a glimpse into your business, what it is you do, and the transformation that you give to your clients, and entice them to want to work with you all through social media. And number 5 is to tell your brand story. Even if you think people know your story, or if you've said it one time, chances are that people are not going to remember. You have to constantly tell people over and over again what it is that you're doing, the transformation that you give, and what your story is, so that it can be in their brain and they remember it when they want your services. So a lot of the times when you're advertising, say for instance, me advertising my studio, everyone isn't going to want dance classes at that moment. But chances are when they do want to take a dance class, or they do want to enroll in extracurricular activities, they're going to think about you if they're constantly hearing your messaging. Think about your favorite person on social media. They've probably told their story. For instance, I follow somebody who she had a big transformation in weight loss. She tells her story how she was very skinny, and then she got an office job, and she used to go to Dunkin' Donuts every day. She used to get her 7 pumps of caramel in her iced coffee, and she used to sit there and be lazy, and she gained so much weight. She told this story so much, but I guarantee you when people wanted a weight loss and they were starting their weight loss journey, they went to her. You hear people's story and them constantly saying the same thing. Another example, someone that I listen to, they're constantly talking about how they started a t-shirt business when they were working at a restaurant, and they would try to make more money than they were making at the restaurant on their off days, and it led them to building their brand. They tell that story so much, but I guarantee you if I want to know how to start a t-shirt business, I'm going to go to that person because I know that's part of their core values and their brand story. So don't be afraid to repeat your messaging. Make sure that people know exactly what it is you do, the transformation that you've gotten for yourself, and the transformation that you can get for your clients. That's it, guys. Those are the 5 tips that I have for you for building your brand as a new entrepreneur. If any of these tips resonate with you, go ahead and drop them below what your favorite one was. In the meantime, please go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that you can be notified every time I drop new videos. If you're serious about building your business this year, visit my website, asiaonline.com, where I have a course called Passion of Profit that tells you how to turn your passion into a profitable business. I also am now accepting one-on-one clients, so if you're interested in getting a real transformation and starting a real business that will change your life, go ahead and visit my website. Again, that's asiaonline.com, where I can help you out. That's it, guys. I hope you have a great day and a successful life. I will see you next time.